Bam, 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 bam. We're live. We're live. Are we live? Yes. Let me get my audience in from social media now. I need to start streaming on TikTok as well, because I don't really do that. Follow us on TikTok as well. Follow us on all of the platforms. Follow me everywhere. Follow me. Right. One second. All right, Ambush is sent again. Ambush is sent again for Chip. He's sent again. What do you think of a 4th cent from Ambush? I mean, it's another chess move. He used his beat. He used the beat, and he addressed things. He addressed the whole baby mom situation. He said his baby mom's got the same size head as Chip. That's mental. Man dissed his own baby mother. Basically saying he wasn't with her for her head. That's mad. Sorry, I shouldn't even be talking like that. That's for him to say, not me, bro. And this is where the clash has gone a bit too far, because you're going to allow people to say things about people that are, you've got to have an invested interest in, but you've put it out there in public now. So you get me? But either way, it was cold. It's cold. You kind of sacrificed. You made a sacrifice, but it was a good chess move. I see why you did it. I think we should talk about this on the stream still. Well, I wanted to talk about the whole idea of the podcast space being rubbed out by daily content and all that. And I want to get into, I want to have more, you know what it is, yeah? I'll come on the stream, yeah, and I'll talk about certain things. And recently, I've just been getting on stream and thinking, yo, what am I going to be talking about today? Do you get it? Like, but there's a lot of things that go on in my head. Like, I'm constantly having conversations with myself on how to build, how to improve, what improvement looks like, what it looks like, what's happening now. And you know what it is? When you go to places, people say, yeah, man, you're doing good things, man, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, it might look good, but you still got to figure out how to get it to another level. And in our small culture, what we're in, we think what we're doing is big, but the world's a bigger place. You get what I'm saying? And there's bigger opportunities. And sometimes the culture will try to hold you down by questioning your moves. You know what I mean? Questioning what this guy's doing, because they want you to stay within the culture. And sometimes that's where you can get misunderstood, I believe. So anyway, or sometimes you can just be doing mad things and they think, yo, that geezer's mad. What's he doing? That can also be a thing too. You get me? But yeah, where's my audience, man? Where's my chatters, man? Where's my chat? Where's all of that, man? Where's all of that? Let me put some let me put something online so people know to jump in. You get me? Otherwise, it's just going to be me and this one person. And there's always one person on Twitch that's watching me, and I think it's that Gordon person. If I'm right, yeah, send me a message. Send me a comment. Because there's always only one person on Twitch that's watching. There's never any more than one person. But yeah. You see the thing with streaming as well, yeah, and these kind of things. You're gonna always have to start off small, innit? Like, it's gonna be very hard to get a big audience to get involved with what you're doing. And so you gotta keep repetition in it. You gotta keep going. You know what I mean? But just because you keep going doesn't mean that you're gonna get an audience. So you gotta figure out how you can become better at what you're doing, what works and what doesn't, how you can interact with the audience and get them to keep coming back and bring more people with them. You know what I'm saying? So my mission is gonna change constantly now, because it was just podcasting. And I feel like my core mission is podcasting. But you got to figure out ways of getting people into that, which means you've got to build your personal brand up. You know, you know. And I feel like because I've got equipment to stream. It's the best way to get myself out there, and I'm used to talking now, so why should I stop now? You know, I'm not going to stop anytime soon, am I? I may as well. I'm already invested. I'm here, and I feel to say that I've got something to offer now. You not might beg to differ. You might think, this geezer chat's rubbish, blood. But I feel like I got something to offer, so I'm here now, and I'm just going to continue. I ain't going to stop. You get what I'm saying? You might see constant changes. You might see, yeah. I'm just know that I'm trying to figure it out, and it's one of them, isn't it? But we're here now. We're here now. Let's get into some videos. If you don't let me know what you want to see, I'm just gonna go with my plan, and you can just be on my journey. Yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna start with is I didn't stream yesterday, and the reason that I didn't stream yesterday is that I've just ordered my kitchen for my house, and I'm trying to order my flooring, and there's things that I need to do beforehand. So I've got the plumber coming in this week. He's going to be fitting the boiler. He's going to be fitting radiators in certain areas. He's going to be doing all the plumbing, making sure all the waste drainage is all connected up properly, all of that stuff. And you know what happens? Try to save myself pennies by just getting some work done myself, and so on and so forth. But it means that my time's taken up in different places. So that's why you probably haven't seen as much content come out recently, because I've been active and doing that. And that is a big priority in my life right now, because I need this house done, man. It's been too long, mate. It's been too long. Shout out to anyone that's done a full house renovation. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Like, it can cause you the biggest stress of your life. It's good to learn, yeah. And I feel like some people enjoy the excitement of taking on the task. But if it's your first time doing it and you realize how much it actually costs to start renovating, you might have a budget in your head of something. Yeah? You know, when you watch these renovation programs, and they give themselves like these budgets of like £15,000 or something like that, or £20,000, and then you see the house afterwards, and it's like, nah, that didn't cost that much, mate. You're lying. You went way over budget. Stop lying. You get me? I feel like if you set yourself a small budget, yeah, to do proper renovations, yeah, you're gonna go over. So just always put that into factor. Like, if you set yourself a 20k budget, just have 40k there, yeah. Or just make sure you're willing to put in the time as well. So if you work in a job, maybe you might need to take some time off work, or you need to make sure that you're sacrificing your weekends solely to your house projects. You get me? Because this year, it's a killer, man. It's a killer. It can kill you, man. Trust me. So anyways, that's me waffling on about my personal shit. But I got a lot going on at the same time. I'm just working, man. I'm constantly grafting, constantly trying to figure things out. And that's why I'm bringing you these streams. This is what this should be about. You probably get to know me a lot better through this type of ish. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm here for. You get me? But I seen a video of I seen a video the other day, Clue talking about the podcast space being rubbed out by daily content and all that. Yeah. And then I seen Bouncer has kind of responded to it and kind of put his little view on how he sees it. You get me? And being as I'm in the podcast space, yeah, coming from Birmingham, I thought I'd give my opinion on it, or at least give it a breakdown. I think this whole thing's come from a comment that Loons has made. Shout out to Loons. I've been on the No Behavior podcast a few times. I know how their thing operates and run. I know how it was before, and I know how it is now. So their thing is constantly elevating, you know? And I personally feel like everyone's learning off each other now, and everyone's trying to elevate. I feel like the scene was new for a lot of people, and everyone was getting to grips with just chatting and what to chat about and how much to chat, especially when you come from a world where it was just like frowned upon to like talk. You get me? Like altogether, just frowned upon to talk. So everyone's just getting used to just speaking now. You get me? And just being comfortable with that. That doesn't mean that they're selling themselves out or nothing like that. But it just means that we just come from a place where any kind of talking, at the bare minimum, it's just embarrassing. You get me? Like, and a lot of people do still feel that way. So, you know, yeah. But yeah, let's get into this video.
You have it listen, you type it in, and then you go dig.
You literally just drag.
See this advert thing? I can't do it, bro.
What happens? We always listen to the point.
Sign into my account. It's got premium.
Speaking for 15, 20 minutes. Just him. I'm going to kind of give my take on it. Get me? So this is what the boy Clue has said.
Rumor? Is it a rumor? Or a theory going around that myself and people like, not even people like, myself and Bouncer, or Bouncer and myself, Bouncer was in this space way before me. The content we create and we do is rubbing out the podcasts. What are we doing there? That can't be true. But what can be true is consistency. So,
yeah.
I don't personally think the content that they're doing is rubbing out the podcast. Yeah. What I personally think is that the podcasts have got caught up in things that could be seen as daily content, if that makes sense. What I mean to say is the podcasts have been responding. The podcasts have been beefing. They've been beefing each other and all that stuff. So with that, someone will say something about one podcast. You wait to hear what they got to say on another podcast. And that's where it started. The daily content's coming in and made it quicker and easier to do that. Do you get me? But that's not what podcasting was first about. No one ever started podcasting to send beef to another podcast. You get what I'm saying? But it has created traction. A lot of people like controversy. So it means that podcasts have got a lot more views for the podcast beefing. It's just like a rap. It's just like ambush and shit, sending shots at each other. A lot of the music that they're making now is going to get a lot more views than when they just put out a normal track. Do you get it? In a short period of time. Over the long term, if they make bangers, it's going to get bare views in it. But for that fast food marketing, this live, people are tuning in for the diss, for the diss first and then music after. You get me? So yeah, that's what's happening with the podcast space. Is that let's just say the time when Pounds sent a shot back to Young Spray about having a fight, online. That was like a blow up in the podcast world. Pounds has sent a shot back to Young Spray. Obviously, Young Spray was always sending digs at multiple places. Yeah, Young Spray just been doing that for a long period of time, and not a lot of people have been responding. But then when Pounds did that, everyone was interacting with that. Everyone got involved. Even the sinners tried to fucking get their little 2 pence in there just to fucking, get a bit of clout from the situation. And then everyone started realizing, this kind of gives you views. You get me? It kind of gives you views. So a lot of people started getting involved in that. And so then podcasting started being about making sure you've got content in there where it can get you views on it. So people probably did start responding to things, but you was waiting a week. But then when podcasts started going at people who do daily content, it was easier for people that do daily content to respond back, and it gave them more content to do as well. So their numbers are going up, their money's probably going up as well, and all that stuff. And so that's where people are getting it twisted, where podcast is rubbing out. Podcast ain't rubbing out. They just need to go back to what they was meant to do, and that's either showcase talent, hold conversations on certain topics that don't necessarily mean it's daily stuff. It can be, just mindsets and just ways of thinking, or it can be lifestyle. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's still conversations that need to be had, and if they're like, and yeah, that's my take. Before I'm gonna continue watching this, innit, and then we'll go from there. Just let me know if I'm just talking too much rubbish, man. If you don't think, you say, yo, brother, just press play on the thing, bro. We're not here for you to like just keep talking rubbish. Yeah, just let me know, innit?
Yeah, I think it's true. I think the content that we are creating is not only rubbing out the podcast, it's also rubbing out the music space, the music scene. Like, respectfully. Like, yeah, we got musicians, they drop music, but...
Ooh, do you think that's the truth? You think the daily content's rubbing out the music space as well? Ooh.
I think it's doing both. I'm going to listen to a bit of this and I want to listen to what these lot say, but I'm going to tell you my reason why. I'll tell you the reason why. But anyway.
A podcast, normally done once a week. And depending on how you chop up your clips, you might have a clip every day until the segment comes out on normally a Sunday or something like that. That can't be compared to what Bouncer does, for example. That's everyday content. So whatever's happening today, he can talk about it today.
And that is what me and Clue's doing. So
see what I'm saying now? That's what I'm saying. They're going by podcasts, talking on daily things, when they don't necessarily need to do that. Podcasts can be a bit more well-rounded and more structured, really.
He's doing updates, but he's managed to retain you guys from speaking for 15, 20 minutes. Just him speaking. I think that's a crazy skill to do that. I do that in my morning updates, you get me? But
it's not easy to be chatting shit on the camera, especially when you need to do it for a long period of time. Even this now, I don't even know how I'm doing this. At one stage, this would be mad awkward for me to do. Sitting here just looking at my computer, just talking. Especially when you don't even like interact back. I don't even get a comment in my comment box. You know what I mean? Let me turn on my why ain't the chat on? Why ain't the chat on? Where's the button to turn it on? Don't take the piss out of me. Where's my chat? Have I lost it? Nah. What's going on here? And why is that gun so small? Oh, I'm messing up, bro. 1 second.
It's a crazy skill to speak for 20 minutes, 15 minutes to the camera and make you lot laugh. That's mad. Trudy Banks is doing the exact same thing. I respect it. I am doing more reactions, quick updates, breakdowns, and what my opinion is, how I see it. Get me? So doing my due diligence and doing some research and giving you lot enough what I think you lot want to hear. Do you know what I mean? But sitting down in the podcast, because I can see it even with my method of podcasts, is, bro, we sit down, record, it comes out. You get me? Bro, the stuff that you spoke about last week, there's new stuff happening today. Like the podcast stuff right now, and I'll put this out today, innit? I'm going to put it out today, forget. The podcast stuff right now can't be talking about Dammy and Indy right now. We spoke about Dammy, Indy, smashed the granny out of it. We're on to another one. Now, when you record it, you're going to record it for it to go out next week, bro. That's old news.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I just feel like that's where the wires are kind of getting crossed with this podcast space. I don't feel like there's going to be many that address that Dammy thing. I think that podcast that would address that, would be in that world where Bouncer and that they can address multiple range of things. I mean, they might cover it, but like he says, it's kind of going to be old news. That's like, it's like what Loons would have said. It's very fast food stuff, isn't it? But what might happen is you might adjust it and break it down to things that are more relatable to the audience. So you might bring up the dummy and that thing, but then you'll have a discussion on it with a group of people that makes the conversation open to a wider audience. How do you feel about women that cheat with men in public? You get what I'm saying? Because that's mad. Like, we're in an age now where the gallum just want to make you know they're outside, yeah? And they're going to push your buttons, yeah, to the limit, bro, because they're mad at you, yeah? So they're going to be doing even mad. They don't even know. They're not even thinking about themselves. They're not even thinking about themselves. They're doing everything to get a next man mad, yeah? To where, how do you not know that your lips in the next geezer in public, bro? And people are not going to film you. That's mad, bro. That is mad. You get me? Like, females, you know what? Females cheating and doing all these things it's not, I don't want to say it like this, man, because everyone's just going to get me confused, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You get what I'm saying? You lot are doing things for reactions, for, like, you might feel hurt about something and you don't even know why you're hurt, and now you're just out there doing things with people to hurt yourself even more, and you don't even know you're hurting yourself. Because why are you doing this? You get me? Whereas you would have caught a man doing something and you won't care to find out why or what it's about and how far he's taking it or whatever. You're more concerned with getting your get back. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's real life beef. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, your brethren's just dead. Now you're rolling and you're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're ready to get a life sentence type shit. You get what I'm saying? It's mad. But yeah, blood. That's a world we're in right now. Like, masculinity and all them things have gone out the window now. You're gonna have to learn to live in this new world of fuck around and people will get their get back, man or woman, it don't matter. You get me? But ultimately, yeah, cheating's not a good thing. No one should be involved in that. You should respect your partner, and you should try to build a life with the people that, you know, you respect and you love, and you know what I'm saying, you've had kids with. That's something that we all gotta learn. It's not the easiest thing for a lot of people, because a lot of us grew up in ways where broken homes, when you hit the streets, sometimes we glorify being around certain things, and that includes women. And, you know, that's what, like, the rappers used to say, you know, the bitches that, where the bitches that, man, the hoes, man, and you get me? And sometimes we're just programmed to against the code of certain things. And then when you find yourself in a relationship, you start, you don't fully know how to act. You get what I'm saying? You're probably learning on the go. And I don't think anyone should be anyone's learning mechanism, but, you know, you still got to have that understanding to who each person is and why you are together. You know what I mean? And then if you got kids, even furthermore, like, what does that mean? Like, the respect's still got to go, because now you're family. But sometimes people take things to like that. The ambush situations are the best way to look at it, bro. Like, he's B-Mars, he's on a podcast respecting other niggas over him. But if you probably ask her, she's probably got a reason why she hates him so much, why she thinks it's okay to speak on him in the public space. You get me? Like, she'll probably say some mad things, bro. And it's like, what is this? Like, get back. Like, why can't you not work it out? Why does it have to be that the women's got to enter into your space, know your whole life, and then want to take you down from the inside out? You know what I mean? Why? Oi, it's a crazy world. Well, let me carry on watching this video, man, because I'm getting carried away.
It's rubbed out. It's done. We've jumped into this space. It's time. But the reason why, for me, is you got to understand, 100%, I wouldn't say just podcast space is rubbing out, because we look at people like Joe Budden, but he's an American audience, bro. So we've got 50 states, respectfully. In the UK, it's small. And there's like, what, 3-4% black people in the UK. Get me 400,000-500,000 Afro-Caribbeans. Like, if we want to be precise, and then etc. I don't know. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So here's my thing: is the market share of like what are people. We've already spoke about it. Yeah, if you got a core cult podcast audience, they're always going to want to hear your take on it. So you're always going to get the views. And this is what I'm seeing with No Behavior's views, with Winners Talking podcast views. They have a core cult audience. I don't have a core.
And with those two podcasts that you named, Winners Talking and No Behavior and Margs was a rapper, already had the audience. You know, part of Mashtown, the whole East London thing. So there's going to be a lot of people that want to tune into what they got to say based on the industry being around London. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean just because they're from London, they're going to be warranted the audience. They still have to put in a lot of work. You get me? But off the jump, people are they've got something that's going to give them leverage that can build from. You get me? But in lockdown, I used to watch No Behavior religiously. You get me? And that's how I got into Loons in the first place. Like, I think I've said this a few times. The whole Margs and Loons thing, for me, it was like, yo, in the podcast space, they was just showing me those two were just arguing in podcast and it was like two road people arguing as brethrens. Yeah. Normal, but bro, like, trust me, like, I've heard some horror stories of people like brethrens falling out and wanting to do the most to each other over nothing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And to see that people could argue and agree to disagree or understand that's just him. That's just him. I'm dealing with it's my brethren. You get me? It's not a small thing, because a lot of people have mad egos, bro. Mad egos. And a lot of the time the egos come out to play and people don't back down and understand that an argument is just an argument. Yeah. You can figure things out. You know what I mean? People have lost their lives over these kind of situations. You get me? So, yeah, man. But yeah, and same with Winners Talking podcast. Obviously, Pounds is a rapper as well, and you know he's very connected within the industry. So from the jump, they're gonna have a certain level of industry, and also they was just kind of semi by default made as the industry standard podcast. So they got a lot of guests on there of influence. You get me? And then the whole back and forward with RTM made them, you know, like it was like RTM was like the villains and they was like the heroes. You get me? But what I do believe is that after that whole back and forward and after that thingy, I believe, I'll be honest with you, I used to think Winners Talking was rubbish. Yeah. When I see it now and what they're doing now, yeah, I feel like they've leveled up so much in terms of how they deliver the content, and just I can see there's a level of I can see that they're wanting more from the platform. I'm not saying it wasn't before, but even the conversations, the way that they're orchestrating them, they're saying more of things that people want to hear and all that. And it's not even in a malicious way. It's just that, you know, on the internet, people don't want to hear positivity delivered within, yeah, we just got to be positive and be positive people and perfect people. You get what I'm saying? People want to know about, they want balance, innit? They want balance. So it's not just about positive messages or about negative, or it's not just about pushing for certain conversations, but some people want answers in life to certain things. So you got to understand what your audience wants to see and how you're going to deliver it. And I feel like recently, Winners Talking have been doing a lot more conversations in a way that people want to hear, and then they're doing a lot of clickbait titles, so they're leading people in. So, and it's all working, man. It's all working. I believe that No Behavior have done the same as well. They've obviously seen there's a lot of people coming. I feel like everyone, like if you watch the views, yeah, and you watch the subscribers and all that, you can see that people were just coasting through the podcast world, and you know, just getting what comes with it. And then a lot of people started moving into the scene, and then the bigger podcast did realize, yo, we're gonna have to step up our game, otherwise we're gonna get lapped type thing. And if they've stepped up their game, they started doing more content. I feel like people are doing a lot more research as well to see what other people are doing, and then realizing, okay, then we don't want to be like no one else, but you know, there's certain things that we can either touch on or certain things that we can do to improve what we got going on. Where there wasn't examples before, we just coasting and we just going with the fucking, just with the true shit, with the real shit. Yeah. But you can always advance on what you're doing. You can always look around and see that, you know, there's ways to advance, even just from buying technology, from, you know, just the type of conversations, from the scene that you're in. You get what I'm saying? Like, you'd be ignorant to think that you can't level up. You get me? And I feel like everybody has to some extent, you know, from the times when I was, you know, going at certain people for no, what it would look like, no apparent reason, but I was just looking for clout, bro. Like, it was a clout era, and I wanted some light on what we was doing up here. So I sent shots in it, and that was that era. You get me? But I feel like since then, yeah, everyone's leveled up, and everyone's team is putting in more work, front of house and back end. So like, even the clips that are coming out, the clickbait titles, everything. But yeah, man, I've like I said, I keep talking too much.
Cool. Podcast audience. So my views in the podcast world are low. I've just started, and I'm looking at it, but I've got a core cult update audience. So no matter what, I drop so much. It's not, my storylines are not always going to get crazy views. One might do 1K, but the other one might do 15, 20, 25K. And it goes on like that. But let's listen to what the boy Loons has said. Flip the screen and listen to what Loons has said. This is what was said. And Chinks, listen to what kind of Chinks and that said. I've got them all up, to be honest.
The internet and
Shout out Chinks. Shout out Loons and everybody. Everybody, like Loons would say. You get me?
streams and stuff.
And big up John Doe. What you saying, my bro? True talk, innit? My G. True talk.
I saw something that was kind of funny still.
What?
The whole New Year's Day stream.
Kid and Chinks. Big up my guys, man.
Alright.
They're up next, man. I've been saying it. They're up next.
Yeah, they've been putting pressure since barbershop. Like,
Yeah.
facts on
Cold. True, man.
only in barbershop started around the same sort of time. You get me? And their consistency.
But the fact that he did, even Chinks, sorry to cut you, Chinks has said it. Podcasting weren't working for them.
Yeah.
This short bang content is
so
working.
They
for
got their
them.
formula.
Yeah, you got to just keep trying, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's trying to sit down and talk. You know what I'm saying? Innit? With a Maggie.
Yeah.
Everyone-
And that's what's going to happen now. Because what is going to happen is, and I'm just saying that how it is, bro. There's going to be people that have man seen, they're going to jump into space. They're going to be against man. So they're going to make content just based on what Bouncer says, and it's going to get them views. Do you know what I mean? And then there's going to be people that's going to jump into this space.
Shall I tell you what? Shall I tell you how I envision for Sinners Podcast, yeah? Or what I like the idea of, yeah, is one podcast that really got me watching podcasts is Joe Budden podcast, yeah? And I've seen that elevate and I've seen it grow and I've seen why people would take to it. Like when I watch Joe Budden's podcast, it's a bunch of people sitting down giving their opinions, and all their opinions are not the same. Do you get it? They're not the same. Like Joe Budden might have an opinion or something. It doesn't mean everyone's going to agree with him. Yeah. And he might even fucking flip out with how he's delivering it, but still doesn't mean they're going to agree with him. And I like the idea of being able to argue with people, but still being able to like hash things out. Do you get what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean you don't have to argue. It just means that you can have your opinion, but we can all show where our opinions come from. We can all break down our opinion. So it's not just about, oh, no, I don't believe that. You got to explain. Do you get it? And then when someone explains, someone else will say, well, no, because when I look at this, I can see it from that angle. There's so many times, like when it's come to like Drake's albums and on all these things, yeah, where they'll talk on it and they'll be like breaking down his music and be like, he's talking about this person in that period of his life. do you think he was going through that and this? And they just make you see the music or certain things that's going on from an angle that I possibly never would have looked at it before. Do you get me? And so it's like, it's very insightful. You get it? But what I do realize now that I do podcasting, yeah, and I've got my own podcast, is that to get to that level, what they're on, yeah, is not easy, because the things that are not taken into consideration about podcasting, especially with a large group of people, is that people are going to talk over each other if they don't understand how to podcast. And it's hard to get people to understand how to podcast in a group. And it's hard to get, if you say to people, don't talk over each other, they either won't talk or they'll still talk over each other. And that doesn't make for the best podcasting. Podcasts like Young Spray's podcast have learned to monetize over a lot of messy conversations where there's loads of talking over each other, but it doesn't work all of the time. And it doesn't mean that there might even be a ceiling with that, in terms of it's not going to go too high, because new people, because what happens is the commenters will tell you in the comments, yo, this is unprofessional, everyone's talking over here. But the core audience will love it because they'll understand what's going on. But when a new audience tries to come in, straight away they'll sign out. Oh no, I can't deal with this. I don't know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? And for you to get a new audience, you've got to have a level of, you've got to start cleaning up your mess. You get what I'm saying? So for a long time, I did look and think, yo, the mess thing can work. It's just got to be like controversial, and you build an audience of people that come there for the mess. But over a long period of time, it might be harder to bring in a new audience because they're not going to understand what this mess is. You get me? So that's just things that you got to think about, really.
And they're real OGs, or they've done that, and they're gonna justify why they're jumping in this space. You get me? But at the end of the day, it's the numbers, isn't it? Like, Updates is making more money than 98% of musicians, bro. 99% of musicians. I'll just say it how it is. It's not theory. I'm just telling you a fact. You get me? And we can look at.
Yeah, but Updates is making more money for the people at the top of the updates, not for everybody. You get me? But then the same thing you can say is, are you making more money than the top rappers? You get what I'm saying? But I hear what he's saying, though. I definitely hear what Bounce is saying. But I don't think it's everyone that's making big money. So I wouldn't advise you to jump into this space unless you've got something that's going to elevate you to a place to make more money. I mean, if you was a rapper and your career was going down a bit, maybe you could think of a change of career, and that might give you a boost. But it comes with a lot of doing things that maybe you don't want to do, like being controversial in some ways. I don't know. But from what Bounce is saying, though, there's definitely there's money in it if you can figure it out.
Case studies, we can, because we can look at what's the average artist in Spotify 2025. I haven't even seen an update, but in 2025 they said 0.6% of musicians make $10,000 or more. 0.6, not even 1%. So they're saying that 99.4% of musicians make under $10,000 as an artist. So it goes to show that 99% updates. Look at the chunks, the Tanks, the Me's, the Clues, the whatever. Once they got their infrastructure in place, 99, we're in the 1% of musicians, just the lower end, and then you just build yourself up, and that's why the YouTubers make more money than musicians. Not on a yo man's flexing. Just YouTubers make more money on the musicians.
YouTube, yeah, and algorithms is the easiest thing to do and also the hardest thing at the same time. If you can figure out a formula, you can make some serious dough off YouTube. But then what happens is you see someone doing something on there and you think, that's easy, I can do that. And so you think the formula to their success is what you can see as being easy. And that's not true, bro. It's everything else that they do that you probably can't see that means that they're successful. So you'll probably block out let me give you an example. I seen someone the other day, yeah. This guy, yeah, is doing numbers. This guy is doing numbers on in 3 days, 45K. Yeah. This is, I don't know if anyone's heard of E-Man.
Name 1 7-digit number.
1 7-digit number. 70. Yeah, 70.
How did you get to 70?
Just you said one digit 7 number, so it could have been 7 or 70.
Listen to the question again.
Right, what?
Name 1
Yeah.
7-digit number.
1 7-digit number. So it's got to have 7 digits, 777.
Okay, what's 5 plus 5?
5 plus 5. 5 plus 5. 55, isn't it? Roll my brain. Bro.
Name 3 countries that begin with the letter G.
Germany.
Yeah. Think of Africa.
Ganda. Is it? Ganda. Is it something Ganda?
Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda.
What part of the body is treated by a dermatologist?
Your heart. Your heart.
See, my man's getting bare views, yeah, for basically doing street interviews, but he's asking people questions, yeah, and the answers seem simple, but the people that he's asking have no clue of the answer, and they're trying to answer, and when they do, he's looking at the camera like, you know what I'm saying? But you go out there and try and do the same thing, yeah. Make this content, yeah. Remember, he's got to have a cameraman because someone's holding the camera. He's got to have a mic, yeah, and then he's got to be a personality within this content. And then also, he's got to go into public places and try and get interviews from people. Now, if you've never done this before, you might even struggle to you might feel embarrassed walking around with your cameraman and doing this. That might not be your struggle. I'm just saying, some people see that and think, oh, that's easy, I'm gonna copy it. But then once it's done, he's got to take the content, go home and edit it. And then the edit's got to be crisp enough to make you, when I say crisp, I mean like, it's just got to have the energy to make you laugh. Do you get me? Like, just because you film something funny doesn't mean that it's going to constantly come across funny. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you need to do some mad, crazy edit, but it's got to be that. Then on top of that, you got to upload it. Yeah. And once you've uploaded it, you got to expect to not have views. How long are you going to expect to not have views until you start getting views? How long is it going to be for you to be recognizing algorithms? Will you be recognizing algorithms? You might not, because there might be steps to what they're doing that you haven't done, but people will start to copy this and then it will get watered down. And, you know, obviously they're in the algorithms for this specifically, but that's why I'm saying YouTube can be the easiest and the hardest place at the same time, because this seems like easy content to do. Yeah. And which would mean people will start trying to copy it. But and there's loads of people that do street interviews anyway. You get what I'm saying? But not all of them get good views or making money. You get me? Big up TMR podcast. Shout out you in the building. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me get back onto the conversation with Thingy. Let's just watch a tiny bit more of this because my man is funny though.
What's 4 divided by 2?
8.
How did you get to 8?
4 divided. Oh, it's divided.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
How did you get to 4?
Oh no, 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. 4 times.
AU is the chemical symbol for which element? Vodka. Is vodka an element? AU? Yeah. No. Why did you say vodka? I didn't say vodka, I said silver. What specialized organ allows fish to breathe underwater?
Yeah, I'd say the lungs.
There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Okay.
Take care. Yeah. Take care. You're not gonna. Yeah. Thank you. Whew. What letter? What letter is after U?
Q. Is it Q? Cue the music.
No. What letter is after U in the alphabet?
W.
What's the chemical symbol for water?
You know what it is? You know what's mad? If someone asked me these questions on the spot, bro, your mind will go to so many different places that you probably get a mad answer as well. You have to really think. Sometimes your mind goes blank when people are putting you on the spot for these kind of things. So yeah, my man's smart though still, and he's actually running up numbers on YouTube. And sometimes when you're caught in our world of just what we're doing, you forget that there's people that are actually, being consistent, working on their own personal brand and doing numbers on YouTube. It's definitely possible, but you've got to really understand how to build a team, or even if it's on your own, how to use equipment, how to get the best out of it, and how to be consistent. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people feel like they can be in this space. Some people just use their phone to record content, get 1 or 2 hits in terms of viral videos, and think that is going to carry them through life. You get me? And I feel like it can just give you a false illusion that you're going to get somewhere. Yeah, but you need everything else, bro. You need to learn to be consistent, learn to use the applications that's going to benefit you, and then learn to build, scale, you know what I mean? Reinvest, all of that stuff. You get me? But one more.
O2. Yeah. Is it?
What do you call water in its solid form?
What?
Yo, that's funny.
Whatever. Once they got their infrastructure in place, 99, we're in the 1% of musicians, just the lower end, and then you just build yourself up, and that's why the YouTubers make more money than musicians. Not on a yo man's flexing. Just YouTubers make more money on the musicians because within 3, 4, 5 years locking in, and they start really getting big subscribers, and that they're making 150, 200K a month. You know what I mean? And that's the readies where you're looking at where you're in the top end of a musician. Do you know what I mean? In the 1% bracket. So let's listen to what my man's saying anyway. But
You're trying to do the same thing, innit?
yeah,
Somehow that you can get yourself cancelled like that.
Mm.
If you're not podcast ready, I think short content is great. You get me? But podcast ready is because you got to hold conversations hour long of decent chattings. You get me? Like, man,
and what he's saying is, I agree with him, bro. A lot of people, you got to be true to yourself, innit? You just got. But when you're true to yourself,
You know, one thing that's underrated is, when you're on a podcast, keeping the conversation going, keeping it flowing, knowing when to change subject, knowing when to get your clip moments, and just making it engaging for your audience. Because if your podcast has come into the scene and you've had your best episode is controversial ones, then it's gonna be hard for you to do a normal podcast that's about positivity, because people are going to be there for the controversy. But at the same time, a lot of people, try to do this motivational and positive talks within podcasts and all them things. And then it's like this, what's the reason why we want to listen to you for positivity? You get me? Because if it's like, if you're a boxer, if you're a boxer and you've not boxed no one special, you've not won nothing, you've not even done nothing on TV, but you start a boxing podcast, and you're trying to get people to give people a positive message within that space. A lot of people are going to find it hard to get in tune with you because they're gonna say like, why am I listening to this then? Why? Now you might have people in your local area who know who you are and all those things that might help carry that. But how do you get it out further? Now that doesn't mean that you have to be Anthony Joshua to give out positive boxing messages. You don't mean that. But you gotta think, but you gotta understand that Anthony Joshua his message would travel further just because it's him. You get me? And you who are trying to start yours are gonna have to do something, yeah. That's if you want. If you're just doing it for like, just because that's what you want to do, yeah, and you've got no expectations, which is cool. That's not a problem. But if you're actually trying to elevate it, knowing that you can make a career out of it because it's possible, it is possible, yeah, you're gonna have to think more outside of the box of how your message is gonna get delivered to our audience and why they're gonna pay attention to you specifically. You get it? That's what you're gonna have to find out, and that's where a lot of people struggle. A lot of people just want to be more motivational or positive, yeah. Thinking that it's just you're just gonna have a career of just being positive for positive sake, you know what I mean? And like, come on, who really wants to spread negative messages in the world? Like, who really wants to be talking on things like that are, you know, deemed kind of like thinking? No one wants to do that, but a lot of people want to listen to such things. So. Sometimes balance, sometimes it's just understanding. You like maybe sometimes sit down and think, okay, then who's going to be in my market that I'm targeting? Yeah. And how am I going to get my message across? Now, if I go back to the example of the boxer that's done nothing, it could be that he taps into his market by being vulnerable with his audience and saying, I wanted to take my boxing career to a certain level and I failed. Now I want to teach you lot how not to fail because I've wasted my life. You get me? Some people will resonate with that. You might touch an audience of people that are younger that will think, fuck that, I don't want to be like my man because he's telling you that he failed. So let me listen to how I can make sure I don't end up in that position. You know what I mean? And that doesn't necessarily mean the guy's a failure, but you're going to use certain trigger words that are going to, you know? Yeah.
So your podcast ready, innit? But it's true, bro.
Because if you come in there and spilling beans or you got to kind of leave your unbiased views alone, where certain man still going to be going into conversation bias.
Yeah.
100%. The podcasting is, it's different.
I'll be honest, like even when I sent bare of it to Margs, innit? But obviously they had that girl up there and who's dude, Pinky Notes.
Who's
that girl Annie, yeah. Nah, I don't even want, cause the way she's crashing out, I don't even want no smoke. You get my attention.
I shout out Annie though. Annie is hilarious. She makes me laugh. Speedy! Yo, she's funny. And she's entered the space and she took it by storm. Like she's an actual character. Like for you to get Annie on your podcast, yeah, she's got a bit of an audience, she's gonna do some numbers. Like she's actually a fiery character. So as much as she's crashing out, don't know if any of you that know who Annie is, but she was on RTM podcast. She left that podcast. She was on she came to one of our live shows, Sinners Lives, and she had interactions with Spray. And then she went onto his podcast. You know, she was a co-host on there for a bit of time. You know, Spray went in his wind-up selfie, wound her up. She left there, but she's someone that actually watches podcasts, innit? So she knows how it goes to be in a controversial space, and she's been on Bad as UK. But yeah, man, she crashed out, man, on New Year's. I seen her dash the buzz ball like Pinky. She went mad. Dash the buzz ball, you know. Oh, hey, Buzzball's been getting beer promotion recently. Those circle bottle things. Yo, that's a moment of genius for whoever made that, man, because that's all people are talking about these days. Buzzballs. Trust me.
No smoke. I'm saying, who's you know the well, man.
Where's she from?
I don't even know, man. Bro, every time I've seen her on the internet, she's shouting, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fling things in man's face.
Yeah. So you see, Annie's actually good people's. It's just she's just not internet ready. But she's learning. 2026, she just needs to be like, yo, boom, pattern up. Don't be doing this. Slowly she'll forward into this space how she is. You get me? It's just one of them ones. But in America, bro, we follow America. They love it. You know what I mean? It's just one of them ones, isn't it?
See her throwing buzzballs at
Mental
Pinky Notes.
insanity.
But you see me, I done a post last night saying, listen, man, she's going so insane. But they're saying they haven't banged. They've banged, man.
100%.
There's
I'm telling you, I've been telling this from the. Listen, I said this from when they came on my podcast. I'm saying, yo, you two are definitely eating. Don't you trying to act like, you know? Trust me, the energy that Pinky and Annie give each other, bro, they're definitely doing something.
no way someone can be
feelings cause reactions.
Yeah, because her argument is, why does this girl know stuff that people there that's all on TikTok and my man China? I'm like, who is that?
What do you lot think though? What do you lot think? Have you lot followed the story of Pinky, Annie, obviously coming from the RTM podcast, Pinky doing his own podcast, Annie being a part of a lot of what Pinky does in terms of reaction, and obviously Annie's a good friend of Kid and Chinks and that, so she's around. Like if Annie could have, like if we was local to London, Annie would have been on our podcast a lot more as well. Like she makes it known that she would come down, but it's the transport situation basically. So yeah, shout out Annie anyway. But what do you lot think? What's your lot's opinion on that? No response. No response now. No. Okay.
They're like, oh, that's.
Click onto you to see what you're going to be talking.
Let me go into what things think. I want to talk about the actual content space, not the what's going on. You know what I mean? So let's go to what Clue's saying.
If you record a podcast on a Sunday, you're not going to have the room or the capacity to talk about something that happens today, naturally. So
and that's what's rubbing the whole podcast space out if you ain't got a cult audience.
So what happens with that? Well, naturally, people, they want to be in the know every day. They're going to gravitate towards the platforms that are talking every day.
Yeah.
No brainer. We ain't doing nothing that's rocket science.
Yeah. Like you could go and do updates yourself. You could be doing podcasts. Really and truly, it amazes me that everyone's got AdSense money and not reinvested in it. Bro, I just spent £6,000 on a portable setup where I can travel the world now. I can roll with my setup now. Set up my mic, boom, 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 flip my screen and start talking. I spent £6,000 on it because that's how serious it is. Okay, 30K in the podcast setup, that's a long.
And that is a key thing that a lot of people that want to be in this industry don't do. They don't know how to invest. You know what I'm saying? You'll see man buying cars, you see man buying loads of things, yeah, but they won't pay for apps. They won't pay $6.99 for an app. Yeah, they won't buy a laptop. They won't buy a computer to stream on. Now, the good examples of people that know how to be in this space and understood what it's going to take is Blake's. He came out of jail straight away, bought a setup. Now, not everyone can do things like that. Not everyone can afford, but you can afford to go and work a job, save your money, you know what I'm saying? Like graft it out, starve yourself, and then buy a setup that's going to lead you to make loads of money. So it's possible. You can't say it's not possible, but a lot of people choose to spend their money on other things. You get me? But then spend the bare minimum in the industry where they want to be a part of and they want to make money. And that is the reason why a lot of people in Birmingham will find it hard to get to the top levels, because see me, when I came out of jail, I bought a laptop straight away. I spent £3,000 on a laptop straight away. I didn't even know why I needed this laptop. I didn't even have the money for a laptop. Trust me, I didn't. Yeah. It was like what I got given when I came out of jail, basically, and it was just about that. Yeah. And I bought a laptop because I knew that I wanted to be involved in some sort of media. And so I knew that I'm going to need a laptop. I didn't know what I was going to do at the time. But when I eventually did know what I did, my laptop came in handy. You know what I mean? And then from there, I'm always going to have to keep up to date with laptops, what they can do, what they can bring towards what I want, and then just keeping up to date with technology and knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like having the latest Apple Mac with the M4 going on to M5 chip, the power that it's holding and what it can do for editing and running programs at the same time, and all those things. Like a lot of people just don't know none of that information. Yeah, they just think just recording on their phones good enough, and if you want to take things to a different level, you need to have a base level of education to like technology, the use of different apps, you know, even creating like things like thumbnails, all of those things, bro. And a lot of people just, their knowledge is whatever I can get on my phone. And guess what though? All the information on how to use apps and what the benefits you can get from having them is on YouTube. You get it? People make content about how to use these things and then monetize that. Yeah. So guess what? That means there's no excuses. There's no excuses why you shouldn't be the best version of yourself. The only thing that's stopping yourself is you. You. That's it. I'm telling you. There's no excuses. There's a anything that you want to know. There's a diagram for. And then on top of that, now, you know what? On top of that, now, ChatGPT will tell you everything. You know how I use this thing, bro? I don't need to read the instruction manual again. Like, I had problems with my CCTV in the gym. I'll just take a picture of the box and say, yo, this is my box. I got a problem. What's wrong? And it would just say, yo, yeah, this is a common problem. This is what happens. What you're going to need to do next is this, that, the other. And then do this, that. And then, yo, it will tell you, yo, that box is knackered. You need to get a new one. And then the best one to get is this, that, the other. Like, all the information is coming to you quick by the apps that you use. You get me? And a lot of people don't know how to use the apps to their benefit. Some people are still living this slow life of, oh, I don't know how to do this, so I'm not going to do it. And your phone, ChatGPT, and all the other apps will give you a lot of information to speed up your life, make it more efficient, and then elevate your life as well. Like if you get into things early, you'll be one of the first, and it means that your situation, you'll benefit before anybody else. You get me? And that's the era that we're in right now. Like, who knows the most information profits first? I believe anyway.
Kind of thing. 6K, boom, 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 boom. Because it's like, okay, cool. AdSense comes in, pump it into staff and production. So your whole empire grows more. That's the whole point. Don't pump it into nothing else. I haven't left my house in 8 days. What I've done is prayed, ate, and done content. And that's what I'm doing for the next year.
And you know what's mad? Because Bouncer's actually smashing the game here. But at the same time, it's just within our culture. Because what Bouncer's doing, yeah, is nothing compared to some YouTubers that you just don't even know about. You know what I mean? And it's because it's not within this culture, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, and Bouncer himself, like, he's not acting as if he's something special. He will tell you, yo, I've only done 370 days of my 1,000. Like, I'm nothing yet. You get me? He's got aspirations of killing it even further. So people that's thinking that he's killing it now, like, bro, the guy's still going, bro. So you get me? Like, I feel like we've set our bar too low as to what we see as successful. And with that low bar that's set, everyone just works underneath it and thinks that, you know, this is the top tier to get to. And that means you work to a low standard already. You get me? Like, bro, Bouncer's not the standard you should get to. Like, you need to want to get up here. Bouncer's trying to get up here too. And you're just trying to get to him. And you because you're only trying to get to him, you're still reaching just there. You get me? Like, what we're doing? What we're doing here?
So obviously, if I need to travel, I can do content when I'm traveling. But I'm locked in like that.
I'm saying, so I see some people throwing shade on it, as if to say, I don't know, like, what's the opinions that I hear? Fast food content, and shout out Loons, because yes, Loons did mention fast food content, but on the other hand, Loons is always big on my platform. Loons
is always a supporter. I just want to trying to get the conversation of what Loons is saying about fast food content. Hopefully I'll get it Yeah.
With them for a bit. Yeah,
But they don't think I'm internet ready. I'm internet ready.
yeah, man's not
Internet ready, bro.
You're not getting lured into this trap.
Yeah, because I'm not regular enough, innit?
Yeah.
So I can respond to what these people say about me, innit? Yeah. I can respond to what these people say about me. Yo, I'm recording. I'll call you back. I know. Yeah, I can respond, yeah. But I know if I respond on no behavior on a Tuesday or on Thursday, to Friday there's gonna be another video about me.
Yeah.
Now I've got to wait till next Tuesday to respond.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And that's not. I don't like. I don't want to be.
You don't want to pull up to the studio like, yeah, I'm doing a special.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. And that's what's happened. The podcast world and the updates world is kind of like intertwined. But the podcast world is got so involved. No, sorry, they haven't got so involved. But like, if they do get involved with responding to the updates world, you are gonna set yourself back or rob yourself out of it because, to some extent, some people might still want to hear of you, but it might even put a time frame on how much they want to hear of that. But yeah, you just can't get involved in that because they can just murder you, bro, and then people can just watch your content back through their channel, so they don't have to watch what you're gonna say. They watch the response, which is gonna come maybe even a few hours after you've already given it on the person that's channel that's doing the updates. So they're taking your views and having their own views as well. You know what I mean? So I feel like podcasts just need to focus on delivering a message that's not so much fast food every week and more about, shall we just say, substance? Yeah, or if it not even have to be like when I say substance, it can be like in a million one different ways. It could just be about maybe a comedy aspect. It could be about just being good times, good vibes. Sometimes people just want to have 3-4 hours podcast playing in the background whilst they do things, whilst they work, whilst they're in the lorry, driving the car. Not everything has to be fast food. Sometimes people do have the urge to just listen to what people are saying and maybe even want to zone in and out of the conversation themselves like they're there, because that's what happens, isn't it? Sometimes I watch podcasts, yeah, knowing that I'm not going to listen to the whole thing, but I'm going to zone in and out, and something might interest me when I zone back in again, you get me? Or I might want to be a part of a conversation when I zone in, and then I might zone out again, but it don't matter because I'll pick it back up because, you know what I mean? Just one of them. One of them, really.
I'm doing a special.
Yeah.
I honestly think that every podcast, I even said this to Pounds, yeah, Pounds will tell you. I honestly think with every podcast, it needs to be an investment. Everyone needs to put, I don't know, 2 bags in each and buy a 6K setup, bro, and do daily updates with the podcast. Like, for me...
See, for us, we've done updates with the podcast, and we got a lot of criticism for what we was updating on, things we was talking about, and where we're coming from, basically. And for me personally, it's just about figuring out, like, I've got all the tools here to, you know, make shows and things that can benefit the people that want to make something in this space, yeah? And yeah, giving daily updates is a show that's good for people that like want to do journalism, want to talk on certain things and give their opinions. You get me? Obviously, people look at it as if we should just be dealing with content that's surrounding Birmingham. You get me? Which is it's fine. It's fine for people to think like that. But if we're from the West Midlands here, and we can talk on things around the UK, potentially we can have a wider audience. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work. You get me? But you got to try and figure things out, innit? And there's not a lot going on in the city to talk on a daily basis about loads of things without getting into maybe altercations and issues with people. You get me? So it's just one of them, bro. It's just something to figure out. And it's just not going to be as easy as, oh, do it, and the numbers just come in. You get me? You've got to figure out why people want to listen to you giving updates and what makes your updates so special. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of them. Everything's got to be figured out, really. You can't leave anything to chance. I don't believe anyway. What are we saying though, man? Where's my audience at, man? Let me know who's in the building, man. Let me know. Am I chatting shit? Am I boring? Is this insightful? Do you just want to hear some next shit? Do you want to react some next funny shit? Or where do you want me to go with this, man? If you want me to go over a place, I'll go there, man. Don't worry, man. Just let me know if I'm on the right track. You get me?
I look at this as a business. This is a business for me. It's a business. It's not a red carpet. I'm not here. I don't want legacy. I don't want to be celebrity. It's a business. This brings in this. I invest in X. In 5 years, I built up this portfolios of X from this. This brings in this a month. Boom. Okay, cool. Have an exit strategy. If anything went to go wrong, that's where I'm at. I'm not here to sit down on a podcast sofa for years upon years upon years, not to see small results. No, I'm here.
Thank you, Bouncer. And I'm glad that Bouncer said it, yeah, because sometimes as well, people will act as if they just do this thing for the love of podcasting, or you know what I mean? Like, if you gotta enjoy what you're doing in the space. But if you enjoy it that much, you'd want to figure out how you can make a career out of this, how you can see yourself become something in that space. That means that you don't have to do anything else but this. You get it? And because some people don't want to admit to themselves that maybe they don't know how to do it, or don't maybe have the right team to figure that out. Sometimes they make excuses, say, "Oh yeah, well, I just do things for the love, or I just do things because it feels right." And sometimes a lot of broke people talk. You get me? And there's definitely a side of it where, yeah, you gotta love what you're doing to do it. You get me? But I just think that you still gotta figure out how to make money out of it, bro. And the strongest ones will survive and make it done, because at the end of the day, if you do something and you don't, and there's a potential of making money and you don't get there, when you change occupation for money, yeah, and you ain't got time for that, you're gonna be saying, "Oh yeah, I didn't want to do that anyway." Do you get it? You're gonna be making some another excuse. You get me? Just don't get caught in that trap, man.
To really figure out this angle, that don't work. Okay, that worked. Okay, this is where we need to be. That's how I see it. Get me? I think that every single one, Loons, everyone on the couch, forgive me, I don't know your names, everyone that's on the No Behavior podcast right now needs to buy a setup and do daily updates, or you all chip in, put it at this podcast space, everyone use it different days and build up your thing. And I guarantee you will start going from a bag a month, 2 bags a month, or 3 bags a month, or 4 bags a month, or 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But hold on, you're making all this money a month, like from sitting down. You get what I'm trying to say? And then you start being like, okay, cool, staff, this, I've got running or operating business. Okay, cool. When they come for you, no problem. I'm going to reply for
And that's what you got to do before you can get to that level. Or if you've got a level in money to invest already, you got to figure out how to make enough to employ people in order to scale. But some people make enough money here and just spend it on themselves and just continue doing things themselves. But I believe that I feel like you'll see the most benefits when you can pay a bunch of employees that are, you know what I mean? Their specific job is to understand how to scale your business. You know what I mean? How to play their part in your business, whether it's the editor, whether it's a social media manager, whether it's did I say editor? I'm sure I said editor. But yeah. It's just something that's got to get figured out, man. Trust me.
I'm going to respond because you get it, like
even my story.
Yeah.
Remember that. I get it. Look, big up all these people bounce 100K subs. Like we're in and around 50. Like they're like, oh, have you not let them people go past you?
We're doing different content, and this is what happens. We always listen to the poison in people that says poisonous stuff, and it has man saying certain things. And obviously not.
Nah, that's true though. A lot of people, yeah, you start seeing you work in this space, yeah, because everything's online. They start getting involved in giving you opinions on how you can improve or do this and do that. And I get that there's an audience of people that are watching and probably want to see a certain thing. But if you was to improve, because whatever someone else, if you was to improve, want to improve off the back of a few people that see things differently, you're now going to be kind of to some extent affected by someone else's opinion. You get me? And then you might go off track, and then you might see your thing go down. Might even go up though, but you don't know. But it's better to try and stay in control of understanding what is this, where you are, and how you can do further. Or be all for constructive criticism, but it doesn't mean that you have to act upon it though. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know Loons is not shedding not saying anything mad, but it's just poisonous people. Oh, how can you this? Bro, everyone's growth is different, bro. I'm doing totally different I am copying the US strategy. I copy live streamers, but I'm not a live streamer. I copied Tanks, and I've given me flowers. You live streamers, Aiden Ross says, look, I used to do 12-hour streams. That is the top. After that, it's updates like me. I'll put in 4 or 5 hours a day, that amount. Most of it is just me understanding content. Do you get it? So it's like bam, bam. You know what I mean? That's how I'm able to grow, because of what people want, fast-paced content, bro. It's TikTok's here, bro. If TikTok wasn't here, this is what I mean. The older generation was stuck in their ways when really quick, fast-paced content, the world's changing. They absorb content too quickly.
Those people have never done. We've got 5 live shows under our belt. Man's got international live shows. You know what I'm saying, innit? So
that's levels for them to have 5 live shows.
And that's another way to understand your podcast and how to monetize it. Some people don't monetize their podcast in terms of the views. They monetize it by the impact it can bring, the audience it can bring in, and they can convert that into, like, say, ticket sales of events, club nights, selling products. You get me? Your money doesn't solely have to come through the podcast. So your podcast can have a benefit to your life by just you sharing your opinions, being able to let people know what you got coming up next, what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, yeah, your everything that you're using your podcast for would elevate more if you understand how to get your podcast up to another level. You get me? And that should be noted also.
Shows, international live shows, that's levels, bro. You get me? And this is what I mean. It's whatever floats everyone's boat, like how it works for them. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm doing seminars. I've done how many? You get me? And that's why they've got a cult audience. You can see it with their views. I don't have a cult audience of podcasts. You can see it with my views. I have to build it up. You know what I'm trying to say?
We're lacking on the YouTube. Like, we're not getting the subs. We're outside. We're in the real world. Man's done the O2.
Yeah, they're in the real world. And their podcast is structured with the Patreon service. So they release like an hour on their YouTube. And then if you want the rest of the full podcast, you got to go on Patreon. And I believe their Patreon is probably popping based on who they are. So with No Babies thing, even though they might not have the subscribers to other people's levels because they're not getting themselves that much involved in controversy that can sell your podcast, they're using other methods to make the podcast what it needs to be. And I can see now they're putting in a lot more work. I've seen a lot more different things happening from them in particular, like even with thumbnails, even with extra content, and even they're like the building that they're in is a content building, and they're utilizing it now. I can see Loons on my screen a lot more on my like the no behavior thing. I see it a lot more than I did for a period of time. You get me? So yeah, man, it's just one of them, ain't it? How have I managed to do this? I'm always messing up.
bro.
Yeah,
Two
That's
O2,
serious.
Shepherd's Bush,
yeah.
and
the O2.
the O2 Greenwich.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Man's
That's-
done a show.
And that's serious, bro. Like that is serious. I ain't reacting to this for any sort of like comparing. You get me? Like, and this is what we need to not do. This is why Tricky's flipping so bitter, bro, because he's not part of it, bro. Like that's just what it is. Like, man,
I had to skip a bit, yeah, but I feel like I'm gonna go near to the end because one, I got gym in the morning and I'm starting to get real tired. Like, real tired, like, you know what I mean? I need sleep. I haven't been sleeping a lot recently. I need sleep. Can you look at my eyes? Red, tired. You know what that is? Because work, and also I gotta give this time to generate clips, and I need to start repurposing the content a lot better than I have. So if I'm gonna stream every day, I'm gonna have to edit a few 8-minute clips just to have different titles and to draw in a crowd from basically the conversation that I'm having. But then I'm also gonna have to cater for the short form content and yeah, just do things. I'm streaming from multiple platforms, so the way that this is gonna go out is gonna have to be different from what I usually do anywhere else. You get me? But in general, I feel like I covered a lot in terms of this topic, in terms of whether the podcast space is getting rubbed out. I personally don't think it is. I feel like everyone just needs to focus on what people want to see from your pod. And you can add extras to the actual podcast, like doing update shows or making new shows. I've had some sick ideas for some shows recently that involves people understanding what the audience wants to see from them, and us building a show from that. But there's loads of examples of people just cracking on with content and doing numbers while you still struggle to do numbers. And that's mainly down to not understanding yourself, not understanding your platform and algorithms. I feel like we're definitely guilty of that. But where there's a lot of people to cater for, it's going to be hard to build a set audience of people because everyone's going to come for different reasons. Now, I'm trying to get all of the reasons to be why you come here for one specific reason, which is the Sinners, where you might see different characters. You get it? It's easy. It's hard. It's easier said than done. But I'm on my mission, man. So it's one of them. Other than that, though, oh my god, I got rid of this. Why did I do that? Am I a donut, bro? I'm so stupid. Sometimes I just talk myself into idiots, bro. That was silly, bro. But as I was saying, other than that, you gotta be consistent in what you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? You've got to be consistent in what you're doing. And then just like it's just not enough to just have a passion for something. You've got to figure out what that means to try and make that scale elevate and get yourself to what am I doing here? Get to yourself where you're making a lot of money or at least a decent amount off this content, you know? But yeah, in terms that Mr. Badded Up the Tax Man Donut, that was funny still. Who's that? Who's that, Mitham? That T, Mr. Badded Up the Tax Man Donut, that was funny still. What do you mean? Tell me. I'm not sure I understand. Mitham. Yo, Mitham. Oh, see, I hate it when Mitham does this. Comes into the chat, says one thing, doesn't make sense, and don't want to explain himself. Come on, man, Mitham. Don't do this. Just tell us what you're saying, because you came in here late, and now you're expecting me to just cater for what you're saying. Mitham, quickly, because we're getting off. Mitham. Ah, he just came in here to troll. This is what he does. Yeah. If you don't answer in 10 seconds, Mitham, I'm locking off because I'm tired. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Ah, it's kept me in. TMR. Who's TMR? Mitham. Why can't I get the chat on the screen? What have I done wrong here? The chat should be on the screen. I don't know what I've done to. I don't know how to get it back on. It should be a chat on the screen though. It's on Taxman's channel. Taxman. I'm if you got me on Instagram, DM me and let me know what that is because I'm not too sure, bro. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you, but I'm gonna be on similar time tomorrow. If you fuck with the content, yeah, or if you want me to talk about other things, don't forget to let me know. Yeah, send me a DM of what you want me to talk about, and we'll try to get through it. You get me? But shout out everyone that's turned up. Shout out TMR Podcast. Shout out Mytham, and shout out John Doe. Yeah, respect for leaving the comments. Yeah, hope you like subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate everything that comes to me. And I'm just here working. That's it. Let's just work, people. Let's try and figure things out together, and let's try to help each other by giving each other information. You know what I mean? Let's make this the hub for information that can benefit our lives. Yeah, as well as giving people controversy because they love that. They love that shit. He's above you, madman. Oh, he's above me. Who with him? I don't know, bro. Oh. You talking about this? You're not talking about that, oh yeah. Nah, he's not. You can't be talking about that. I don't know, bro. Taxman just though. Oh. Where does it say that though? I can't see it. I must have got rid of it on accident, maybe. With him. Can't see it, you know. Send it to me. So send it to me, please, with him. So I know what you're on about. Please. I beg you, just send it to me. On Instagram or something. But yeah, I've done an hour and a half, man. That should be enough for you lot today, isn't it? Realistically. If you can, yeah, just watch it back on YouTube and leave a comment, a like, and a subscribe. I am gonna be cutting this up into like 8-minute segments, and I am gonna talk on other things as well. I just need to get used to what people want to see from me so I can deliver. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, know what I mean? Or let me know, man. Just let me know. You know my Instagram. My Instagram is Sinner. Is it Sinner Speed or Sinner_Speed? Sinner Speed. Sinner_Speed. Yeah, so give me a follow. Subscribe to Sinner's podcast and Sinners_Speed on YouTube. And let me know how I'm doing, man, if I'm doing all right. Okay. Thank you very much for turning up. Shout out Mytham, shout out John Doe, and shout out the other fella, TMR Podcast. Respect, and hope everything goes well with your podcast, my bro. And just don't forget to keep learning and building and elevating. Yeah, let's not stay stagnant doing the same shit, bro. Let's try to make this profitable. Yeah. Thank you very much, people. Peace. I'm out.